Hey everyone, and welcome to #SolveT. Today, we're going to talk about something that's kind of secretly running the world, from your favorite apps to the future of AI. It's a programming language called Python. So, what exactly is this thing? And more importantly, why should you even care?
So let's just get this out of the way. Be honest. When you hear the word coding, what pops into your head? For most of us, it's these crazy screens full of green text, right? Something that feels like it's only for super geniuses and hoodies. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful programming languages on the planet was actually designed with the exact opposite idea in mind? And that is the whole philosophy behind Python. It's a language that wasn't designed to be easy for the machine. It was designed to be clear and understandable for the person writing it, for us. And that one simple idea, it completely flips the script, and it's the real key to why Python has become so incredibly popular. Okay, so a language for humans. That sounds nice, but what does it actually mean in practice? Let's break down what really makes Python so different and so approachable.
It all comes down to its English-like syntax. And here's what that means. You know the classic first thing every programmer does? Getting the words "Hello World" to show up on the screen? Well, in many languages, that looks intimidating. We're talking multiple lines of code, weird brackets, semicolons everywhere. In Python, you just tell it what you want. The code is literally one line. Print "Hello World." That's it. It reads just like an instruction you'd give to a person. And that is a total game changer.
And here's why that matters so much: accessibility. Because it's so readable, a total beginner can look at a piece of Python code and get the gist of what it's supposed to be doing, without needing years of training. It just tears down that massive wall that makes coding feel so scary and out of reach for so many people. But, don't let all this simple and friendly talk fool you. This human-friendly language is an absolute powerhouse. Let's take a look at how it's used to build some of the most advanced tech on the entire planet. Yeah, this is way more than just a starter language. We're talking about the backbone of huge platforms you probably use every single day. Think Instagram, think Spotify. You know how Netflix just knows what movie you want to watch next? That's data science, and Python is the undisputed king there. It's the brains behind so much of the artificial intelligence that's changing our world. It can automate all the boring, repetitive stuff at your job, and heck, you can even build video games with it. It's kind of everywhere. And that's the real magic right there, isn't it? The fact that a language can be simple enough for a beginner to just pick up and run with, but at the exact same time, it's powerful enough to be the engine driving global companies and world-changing innovations. It's a pretty wild combination. All right, so we've talked about what Python is, what it can do, but honestly, the most important part of this whole story is what you can do with it. Let's make this personal for a second. Look, the path to learning Python is way more straightforward than you might think. This isn't about memorizing 1,000 weird commands. It really just boils down to logical thinking. If you can solve a puzzle, plan a road trip, or even just follow a recipe to bake a cake, you already have the core skill you need. Python is just the tool that lets you explain that logic to a computer. And this is exactly why it's so famous for being the perfect place to start. It's a language that invites you in. It helps build your confidence and then just hands you the keys to this massive, limitless playground where you can build, create, and solve problems. So, we want to leave you with this question. Now that you know there's a tool this accessible and this powerful, just sitting there waiting, the only real limit is your imagination. Maybe it's automating a tedious task at work, building your own website, or digging into data for a cause you really care about. What problem will you solve first?
Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer from #SolveT. If you found this useful, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share this with someone who thinks coding isn't for them. You might just change their mind. We'll see you in the next one.